It was a decision taken at a point in time that there should be two books. Originally it was only one book. And it was decided that my, what you might call field appointments up to my commanding stations should be one book. And the career in the executive roles at various levels, right up to vice chief, should be in another book. And as you are aware, like the first book, the second book is also episodal. It's not a chronological, boring litany of just day-to-day things. It is just highlights of what I felt I did or I achieved, or something that happened that was out of the ordinary or unusual. So this is what I have put down. That is from the time I was the Director of Training, Assistant Chief of Air Staff Personnel, Assistant Chief of Air Staff Operations, then SASO, Western Air Command, CNC, Southwestern Air Command, and then Vice Chief. And I did want to put down about the Air Force as it was those days. It's a very different Air Force today in almost every respect. Those days we really scraped for money, whether it is for operational equipment or for infrastructure. And a lot of problems were because I think the administrative part of the government didn't appreciate what it needs to make our fighting arms, particularly the Air Force, unbeatable. It is purely logistics, partly because the second portion required a lot of editing. I must say this was really looked at by our son Ramanan, who is amazingly competent in appreciating where editing is required. He did much of editing, and then in fact he gave it to a professional editor who put it together. Then there was a hold up, they misplaced the photographs, and with all this it took nearly 3 years from the first portion to the second, whereas the original design was the entire thing should come out as one book, and if it had, the whole book would have been out 3 years before. I think what should happen is the people currently in the Air Force should see what was the state of affairs in my time. How different is it today? And has it been changed to meet the operational requirements? That's the most important thing. Like in my book, I have been very critical of the negative role played by the administrators in the government, the IAS and the finance people, in somehow supporting the operational requirements of the Air Force. And then one has to again see what is the structure in the air headquarters, where the ops branch can really think big, and big in the sense that they should be the ones saying, okay, this is available, that's what will go match with me. I will tell you one example, is I put in my book. The DCS was somebody who had been the HA's operations before he took the job. He should have known the Jaguar is our deep strike aircraft. Now, without consulting us, between the DCS and the DRDO, they procured some ECM pods. And first time I heard about it was in what they call a PSO meeting in the chief's office. And I casually asked him, which station have you put them? He said Center Station. Now Center Station is the biggest fuel tank that Jaguar will carry. You have replaced it with the damn Easy Pod. It's no longer a deep strike aircraft. And the same thing with the, shall we say, topping up the store for war. I have put in my book, my greatest regret. My greatest regret is either Chief or I should have written to the Ministry of Defence. In case of war and we fail, responsibility is yours. So we should have pinned them down. You can't say you can have the authority and say I will give you only 200 rockets instead of 2,000, and when you lose the war they'll say Air Force didn't do its job. So we should tell them now, and General V.K. Singh did that in his retirement to the Prime Minister, not the Defence Minister even.